Welcome back to another episode of the Education Exchange. I am your host, Sara Clawson, Public Relations and Marketing Specialist for the Tolleson Union High School District. We are here at La Joya Community High School to talk to a few graduating seniors. If you could please go ahead and introduce yourself to us.
Hi, I'm Ambrielle Gallegos, and I'm a senior at La Joya Community High School.
All right, Ambriella, you were recommended by Dr. Sorensen as a senior to spotlight. And I know that you were also chosen as La Joya's Female Student of the Year. Is that right?
Yep.
What was it like? How did they tell you about this honor?
Um, I originally heard about it through my counselor, Mr. Vandernault. Um, I'd never heard of Student of the Year before, but he kind of made like an offhanded comment, like, "I'm gonna nominate you for sure," because I was involved in a self-motivated project previously. I can tell you a bit more about that as well.
Yeah, sure.
So, I'd recently discovered that I had qualified for this award that College Board gives out. They're in charge of like the advanced placement classes program,
Okay.
and they give an award to students who place within the top 10% of PSAT scores,
Oh, wow.
which I had qualified for, but I had no idea about the award, and I did not look at my email, which is dreadful. Um, but why it was so important is that a few state schools here, Arizona State University, which I'm planning on going to, actually offers like a, a merit scholarship, which is higher than the presidential scholarship for that award.
Okay.
So I had missed out on like a few extra $1,000 a year just because I had not like clicked the button to claim an award that I had
Oh,
qualified for.
because it came to your email.
Yeah, yeah, that was totally on me. But in my defense, they sent an email to my personal email, I think, during the school year, and then an email to my school email during the summer.
Oh,
So that was kind of weird.
okay. So so he kind of was joking, right? Mr. Vandernaut.
Well, that's not what it was. That's the context.
Okay.
And so I found out about that. I was obviously upset, but I decided that this was a scholarship only available for juniors. And as a senior now, I decided that I want to go up to Mr. Sorensen, my principal, and tell him that I should give a presentation to juniors that so they can be aware of this scholarship opportunity.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I drafted him an email. I went up to his office because I don't think he responded to my email within a day.
That's ironic.
um, yeah, but I mean, no hate to him. It was only a day. Uh, yeah, so I talked with him. He loved the idea. We got my counselors on board, and I was able to go into the during a flex period. I was able to go into lecture hall and just give a slideshow presentation with some facts I collected, award estimates, and just general information for students to know. Um, and I think it was received pretty well. It's really not much to qualify for a scholarship that could be giving, I think, $10,000 a year, which is higher than ASU's presidential scholarship of 7,000.
You just had to pay attention to click on it.
Yeah, and then alongside with that, there was also the National Merit Scholarship, which is for receiving a really high score out of the state for the PSAT. And this was not really mentioned at all in like the advertising for the PSAT. The
Okay.
only reason I took it as a junior was because I heard it was good test prep for the ACT.
Okay.
So I thought that was really important to mention.
And did you do as well on the ACT?
Yeah. I mean, my name's up there on the board for top 10. I got 30.
That's not bad. 32 is the highest.
Uh, yeah, I think 32 is the highest, or 31 this year. But I hear the juniors are doing better. I think they already got 32.
Oh,
No,
that's
I mean
okay.
that's good.
Yes.
I
It's good overall for La Jolla, but I was rooting for you specifically.
no, yeah, we had a assembly, and they like brought up the top 10 kids, and I was like, juniors, I want to see you guys pulling 36s next year. Like beat us.
They should, right?
Yeah, I think that's important.
So you kind of knew it was coming because you had that project that you brought to the student body and Dr. Sorensen, and you took some initiative to share some more information with your student or your peers about the importance of scholarships and what you could do to get some more money for college applications and such. What else do you think you've done that has made you stand out here at La Jolla?
Definitely just academics and community involvement. Um, yeah, I mean, Sorensen's definitely seen me around a lot because I'm in that group of students who's like, you know, top 5 ranked in the school and AP student, all that. But I've also been a part of a few clubs. I'm part of the National Honor Society. Unfortunately, I don't think as involved in the school as I would like to be because I spend my evenings every day at Westmic, the
Okay.
Westmic program. But I guess I do consider myself kind of well known in the community
Uh huh.
just because I'm out there.
And with WestMech, you're doing coding.
Yeah.
Tell me about that experience because I think you wrote to me that it was something you hadn't really considered. And then you took a chance on a class and it's kind of opened up some opportunities for you.
Um. Yeah. So I guess the process of Westmic was daunting at first. Um. It was kind of a tough choice for me originally too because I was originally in choir my freshman year, and that's something I really like to do still, sing. And I kind of had to choose like moving into STEM, computer science over that. Sophomore year, I took my first like computer science class, computer science AP computer science principles,
Hmm.
and I love that class. Probably still my one of my favorite classes I've taken here. And so when I heard about the Westmed coding program, I was definitely really interested. There wasn't a lot of information on it now. Even now, I think the name is kind of like very vague. Like when you hear coding, like what is that? Um, it it's more like full stack web development.
Which I'm not sure everybody knows what that is either. Can you
No,
kind of explain that to me?
yeah, just
Because that's what you learned, right? Through WestMech coding is this particular thing, right?
yeah, it's just I mean the modern technologies that are being used to create web applications, websites that everyone's familiar with. So yeah, just I guess throwing around tech terms. I've learned JavaScript. That's a big one for the browser. Uh, HTML and CSS, which are used to make structures of web pages. Boring stuff.
Not boring stuff. I mean, you're interested in it, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's just when you hear coding, you don't know exactly what people are talking about because it's a very broad term. But yeah, I had no insight on what it was gonna be like before going in, but I'm glad I did. And I mean, I think even if I didn't, the community of Westmec is really great as well. La Jolla hosts like trunk or treats. So does Westmec. I I've gone to go to those for the past 2 years. They also had an FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America program that I really loved. I wish I'd gone into it earlier.
What
Uh,
year did you start?
this year,
Your senior year.
yeah. I had the opportunity to last year, but I think I was just too scared. Um, La Jolla offers it as well, but I don't really hear much about it. I think it's more for students who are in the finance class because I think the teacher there sponsors it. I'm not sure, but I definitely think La Jolla should hype that up because it's a great program. You get to make projects to for competitive events, and then you win competitions, and you get to go. I think the national conference this year was in San Antonio, Texas. So it's really great opportunity. Not even if you don't make it, just to work with people and figure out what you're capable of by making something.
Okay. So, looking back at your 4 years here, what's your like proudest moment, your proudest accomplishment?
I mean, for me, just personally, I wish I could say that I help people more, but I think personally, I've always made academics a priority. And so I think some of my proudest moments are like looking at my major map for college and seeing that my college credits that I've earned are actually going somewhere. Um, Seeing that my hard work for getting good test scores and good grades actually getting me scholarships so that I don't have to pay as much for college. I think that's a big point of high school, preparing you for college. So definitely made me really proud to, feel like I got somewhere with that. And then also with my Westmec experience, um, having knowledge that I know will be useful not only for college but later down the line in my career. I think high school as well has prepared me for that. I've gotten a little bit of experience emailing people and talking like a professional, I guess.
It's all good things. And what is happening with you after high school?
After high school, so I mean I've talked about it a bit, but I'm going to Arizona State University. Um, it's really exciting to see. We just did our senior awards ceremony. It was exciting to see that like everyone else is going there.
A lot of people.
Yeah, so that was comforting because I hear some stuff about it, not great stuff, but I mean everyone's going. Um, this summer I've never worked before, so I would really like to um get a job, preferably in my field, maybe some cold emails asking to shadow or internship somewhere. Um, yeah, I'll say that.
All right. And at ASU, um, what specific you're going into what field specifically?
I'm majoring in computer science.
Computer science. And what is the goal for you? What do you hope to do?
Yeah, so I definitely want to experiment and explore and discover my options. But with my Westmec program, I feel like I'm probably leaning somewhere with wanting to get a career as a web developer or software engineer, something along those lines. But I do want to leave room to see my interests might change or I might find something different that I'm interested in. But also, I think college, I really want to enrich my life in other ways, make new friends, explore new hobbies. I like to be busy and have friends. So I think those will go well at college.
That's great. Well, thank you for taking the time to share a little bit more about your La Jolla experience with us.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll be back with our second student from La Jolla in just a moment. Welcome back. We are with our second student here at La Jolla Community High School. This is Jesus. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Jesus Rodriguez. I'm a 12th grade senior student at La Joya Community High School.
All right. Thank you for joining us on today's
Mhm.
podcast. So you've been at La Jolla for all 4 years,
Correct.
and I think you were student of the year as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
How did you hear about that? Where were you? What did they say? Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was actually definitely surprised. It was in my third period. I was actually in AP Calc, and it was just a regular Spirit Week. I was like with an elf hat for Spirit Week, and
So back in November or December?
it was December, I believe.
Okay.
And so it was just an everyday normal day where we were just doing problems and assignments. And our principal came in and he had an announcement for the class. And he called me and the other student, Ambrielle, up to the front of the class. And I just was in my head, I was expecting, I was like, oh, what did I do? What's
Did
going
you
on?
think you got in trouble?
Not in trouble, but I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So and like I was like, oh, what did I do? Because it was my name first, and then it was Ambriel, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't do anything bad. And so, yeah, it was definitely very surreal being called up to like that because usually I've never like really associated myself with the fact that like, oh, I got student of the year. I just never like really, what's the word, associate myself with like the fact that I have like a good reputation of stuff like that. So I didn't believe I would have gotten student of the year out of everyone in my class because I know so many kids who are really gifted and talented. And like getting student of the year really kind of showed like even then I also could view myself as gifted and talented as well.
So you had some people watching you and you didn't even know.
Yeah.
They were paying attention to what you were doing. So I guess how does that make you feel?
Um, really, really proud of myself, I guess I could say, because like, there's a lot of effort that I try to put in to catch up with a lot of people who are talented, and I feel like that's been a very core part of myself is trying to catch up to those people, even when like I haven't been able to do it as good as them on tests or scores. I've been trying to keep up with them and like not give up on the fact that I can do better than them. Always using them as a scale to try to make sure I can try to better myself in any way possible.
Yeah, like motivating.
Yeah, of course.
That's great. When you were here at La Jolla, were there extracurriculars? Were there sports or clubs or musicals or anything that you participated in?
Um, not really. It's because a lot of my 4 years here, I wasn't very outgoing. I was just more to myself, really, just to myself, really. I wasn't very open to a lot of stuffs like sports and stuff like that. Not because I was scared, but I just really didn't have like the time to do that kind of stuff. I was always busy with my schedule and always like trying to put effort into time into everything of my day. So like I really didn't have time to fit that stuff into my schedule until this year actually. I joined the fast with peer coach system. I joined that to help out students because I wanted to at least join something to like showcase that, I want to help others and be sure that if they need to rely on someone, they could rely on me. And so I did that and I try to help as many students get up and set up their accounts with their parents and their families to get free funding for the government.
Mm-hmm.
And we genuinely did really well. We went up, I believe, from the original 40% that we were expected, we went up to 60% of people for the
That's
seniors.
great.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So we tried our hardest. We definitely tried to spread the word. And it was genuinely a very fun thing to do. Talk to people, engage a lot more with your peers, get to know them more often. Also get to know like their parents as well, see who like took care of them and raised them to be like who they are today and now.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Do you think if you had to do high school all over again, would you do it differently?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah? What
Yeah.
parts?
My freshman year.
The entire freshman year?
Yeah, I can't lie. Freshman year, it was I I didn't have the mentality I have now. Freshman year me was very laid back. I just genuinely didn't have as much as the motivation I did back then to put effort into my grades. And even when I was passing with like C's or overall B's or A's, I still get upset even to this day as a senior. Like, wow, like how could I have like gotten a C in that class? It was such an easy class. And I tell myself like I'm glad that I have this new mature mentality to help me progress through life and like see everything with a much more narrowed vision of like how to help myself for the future.
So do you think that you would do more of the clubs and activities as well?
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, in addition to the academic effort.
Yeah, no, yeah, most definitely. I feel like I wasn't as outgoing as well either until my senior year. Um,
Did something change going into your senior year? Was it you didn't want to miss out or
no, I think it was just a shift in like just how like my personality was from my around sophomore year, because around maybe second semester sophomore year I genuinely I realized like I kind of had like a wake up call kind of situation, and it kind of led me to realize I could be doing a lot better and I could be showcasing like that I can be better than who I am right now.
what are we doing after high school?
um
Not we, I'm sorry. What are you doing after high school?
um After high school, well, I've been accepted to ASU. I
Yay.
got into Ira Fulton, their engineering program for their school, and then I also applied and got accepted into Barrett's, the honors program.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but it was really cool to get like both of those thumbs up.
Yeah.
Um, Hopefully, after high school, I was just considering taking just studying, going to college, enjoying my life as an independent adult, basically in college.
Are you going to
Uh,
live in the dorms?
yes, actually, yeah.
I think that's a great experience.
Yeah, I kind of have to because of the way it works is you have the 2 year program.
Okay.
But even then, I want to enjoy it. Like I want to see how it would be like to be in the dorms because I hear that dorm life is very very interesting, and I just wanted to get an idea of how it would feel like just to grow up by yourself, independence and stuff.
You're gonna have to eventually.
Yeah, eventually it's a good way to prep yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just considering studying for the 4 years of majoring in mechanical engineering.
Okay.
And then my uncle actually is also a mechanical engineer. He graduated from ASU as well 20 years ago.
What high school did it go to?
He went to, I believe it was one in Yuma.
Oh, so not any in our district.
Yeah, not in our district,
That would have been pretty
unfortunately.
cool.
Yeah, but he went to Yuma, and I think it was called Yuma High actually.
Okay.
And he graduated there. He went to ASU full ride, and so he's told me if you ever need any ideas or like any internships, I could help at least with decently set you up with something. And that's a really cool thing for him to do, just like for another person who's going to be in the family who wants to go through that route as well, to help
Mhm.
him out and just kind of lay a path for him. But the thing is, I feel like I don't want to rely too much on him as well. So like that I can set up my own connections and stuff
Yeah.
to get ready and set up my own internships.
Gotta make your own way.
Yeah, of course.
What will you do with mechanical engineering?
Um,
I always hear that, and to be honest with you, I don't know what kind of jobs come out of it.
so the thing about engineering is that it was the main reason why I really got into engineering was because of the fact like it's a very broad spectrum of what
Yeah.
the job like applications are. There's mechanical, infrastructure, electrical. They just go on and on and on. But the main premises of it is understanding a key concept and applying it into real life.
Can you give me an example?
So let's say, for example, mechanical engineering. You get an idea of mathematical equations. You use those mathematical equations to basically set up for example, let's say a washer, for example. It's like a little tiny bolt, right?
Okay.
And this bolt, you need to measure the diameter and also the inner circle of the bolt so that if you calculate it right, it has a purpose to stop anything that could potentially leak out of it.
Okay.
So basically, mechanical engineering in simple terms is the principle of using math and then applying it to real world like technology. Like for example, a wheel, it needs to spin in order to move a car,
Uh-huh.
or an engine. It requires a combustion to ignite it and then basically produce energy to move the wheels. So it's just a process of chemical reactions and like mechanical components, building them, developing them, and then seeing how they are able to be used in real life application.
Do you think that your career will take you outside of Arizona?
Uh, I would hope so, actually.
You want to travel?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of open spectrum with engineering, and I feel like a lot of places offer, like for example, like my uncle again. He's gone to all sorts of places because of his job, and honestly, I find that very interesting and fun
Mhm.
to travel around the world just for a specific thing that you know and you're good at. Um, it would be really really nice to get something like that, like an open job that lets you travel around the world and also lets you participate in what you like to do. And then I just also, it's been a very big goal of mine to see the world as well, just outside of the US.
Yeah. Looking back, let's say 25, 30 years from now,
Hmm.
you think of La Jolla. What are you going to think of first?
Oh, that's a tough one actually.
But what just came to mind right now?
I'd probably say definitely the people that I've met. I feel like I've made very good friends here at La Jolla. I've made very good connections with the staff, with the teachers, with even the people like the janitors, the lunch ladies. They've all been very kind. They've genuinely been respectful towards me and very positive actually. And I know that for a fact that if I hadn't met these people, I wouldn't have been where I am right now too, because they've genuinely have helped me and pushed me to become the best version of myself that I possibly can be. And I hope to push myself even further than that so that I can make sure that when I come back maybe 25 or 30 years later and there is some form of reunion or I meet someone out there who went to La Jolla, I can just I can be reminded of um how nice it was to be like how where I am to how I was.
Looking back, that reflection.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for joining us on our podcast today.
Yeah.
It was really nice to get to know you a little bit more.
Mhm.
and good luck with your future.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Education Exchange, where we aim to enlighten our parents and empower our students. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Education Exchange. Have a question or want to be a guest on our podcast? Email podcast@tuhsd.org for more information. Missed an episode? Catch all seasons of the Education Exchange on your favorite streaming platforms or at www.tuhsd.org/podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Education Exchange.